Okay. Maybe this will work. It's really dark. Uh, Less in the dark as I stream this. Hey, we have. All right. Hair is still wet from the shower, but here we go. So we're gonna place some Magi-Nation on Lackey. This is Forest Hyren, which is if you're a Magic player, sort of your big green, stompy aggro uh, archetype. Is You start with Tiller, who is very good aggro draw magi. He has starting cards Weeblit, which is a bad relic, but that doesn't matter because he has a power that cycles a relic for 2 cards for free. Vortex of Knowledge, which is mostly a bad draw spell because your opponent draws 2, but because of the way the rules work, you fill to 5 after getting the starting cards of your revealed Magi. So if you go first, it's basically just a 1 mana draw 2 or 1 energy draw 2. Energy and mana math don't line up. I've been playing too much Magic. And then he starts Weebo, who is here, and choose any one creature in play with less than starting energy, restore the chosen creature to its starting energy. And Weebo combines with the namesake card of the deck, Forest Hyren. Whenever a spell or power adds energy to Forest Hyren, add an additional energy. That includes being restored to a starting energy, and then energy transfer for 5. You choose any one other creature in play, add 7 energy to the chosen creature. So you spend 5 off the Forest Hyren, add 7 to the Weebo. The Weebo uses its power and restores the Forest Hyren. You have a 10 energy creature and a 7 energy creature. And you can pretty reliably do this on turn 1 because Tiller can dig pretty deep. And then you also have good tutors in this deck in Nocturne. Search through your deck for a Narum creature and play that creature with 1 energy instead of its starting energy without paying any costs. Putting Forest Hyren into play with 1 energy is not really that bad because all you need to do is add a little energy to the Weebo somehow, and you can and the Weebo can restore it to starting without dying, so you still have the engine going. And then Hyren's Call, 6 energy. Search your deck for a Hyren, play it with its full energy without paying costs. So you have basically 9 copies of Forest Hyren and get to dig pretty deep for them. So it's uh, it's it's a pretty big whiff if you don't have the engine going on turn 1. Other than that, we have some tech creatures to as tutor targets for Nocturne to in various situations. We have Remembering. This is a big Trader's Reach edition. The set that we're trying to, or the set that the revival is focused around getting to print. It was finished but never printed when Magi-Nation died around 2003. And you bring a creature back from your discard pile, a Narum creature back from your discard pile with 1 energy instead of it starting. And again, putting it into play with 1 energy is fine if you're gonna like restore or what have you. Really, really good card. And yeah, we got some tutor targets. We got a few tech cards. Bythan's Gift. I like it as a one of. It's like not as good circa TR as or Trader's Reach as it will be when Daybreak, the next set down the pipeline, comes along. But it's pretty good. You can bounce a creature. Bouncing is usually not a bad cost in Magi-Nation because uh, like you often have creatures that go very low because of how the attacking works and how powers work and whatnot. So you pick it up and you add 7 energy to something. Can also do, or you add 7 energy to something and then you pick up a creature. So you can also use this as sort of a self-licking ice cream cone if you need to suicide your Magi, which sometimes you do. Staples, Rayje's Belt, Wasperine, good aggro creature. Then we have 3 Ormagon, which is sort of our splashed sweeper card. And you want this in Forest Hyren, and that means that at least outside of Restricted, which might be a format we support, we can't really play to deck, which is the big Forest Hyren Magi from Traitor's Reach, because he can only play Naruman Universal cards. So even though he has this starting Remembering, starting 2 other pretty good cards, Katif Thumper, which is not in this deck, but if it's free, it's pretty good. And Crushing Roots is in this deck. Great card, removal, adds energy, like great card. But not being able to play Ormagon is pretty rough because you know, if like that first snowball doesn't work, you often will want to just sweep the board and uh, like try to go for the go on the flip kill plan. You know, boot in boots. This is your like sort of universal staple haste effect in Magi-Nation uh, that so you get Ormagon in on PRS1, sweep the board, Wasperine Stalker, kill their Magi, regain tempo, and actually in the third slot of this deck we have Woot, who on his face doesn't synergize with this deck at all. Weebos are for wimps. I disagree, but that's what he says. But you can't use powers to add energy, so you can't even do the Forest Hyren engine with him. He's really just there as a trailer kill stuff. In between those, we have Yaki, just solid Magi, bunch of starting cards, so card advantage. Also, Yaki's Gauntlets, which was added later as a starting Yaki card. And being a relic just pitches to Tiller prior to that, so you're pretty likely to get your card of value off the singleton copy. Your creatures can attack twice this turn, each turn. Yaki's Gauntlets can actually add an additional time, so good with like the Wasprine plan, good with like big creatures that can then attack a bunch of times to you know, you whittle your Forest Hyren low, restore its energy. Good stuff. Yeah, this might be a little like tricky to wrap one's head around as I just talked about it, especially if you're not super familiar with the game or a little rusty with it. But we're gonna join the game, and hopefully this will also be helpful for how Lackey works because it has a little bit of a learning curve. Uh, Artie here is kind enough to be my opponent for today. His like tournament decks are a little bit awkward matchups for uh, Forest Hyren, but we'll see how it goes. See how it goes. Anyway, Okay, we're rolling dice. So here's the roll button. I have rolled. I have lost the die roll, uh, which uh, Forest Hyren, yeah, and he wants to go first. Forest Hyren is quite a bit worse on the going second, but we do. Here's Rayje, good Magi. Uh, he can choose between so his starting is two different universal cards plus Rayje's Construct, which was added as and has a starting Rayje line. He can choose between a bunch of different powers and effects. He chose Lore. If he has other Rayjes later, they which you can do. Rayje says you can have up to three of them. He can choose to, or he add these abilities cumulatively. But he's chosen Lore, so he's going to draw an additional card during his draw step. And so he's chosen as his starting cards. Well, he's got his Rayje's Construct, an Ancestral Flute, and a Monarch Hyren. So some big boys here in some big boys here that we've got to contend with, which is potentially a little awkward for the Forest Hyren deck because you want to go over the top of people, but we'll see. We've got stuff, we've got answers. Play a Monarch Hyren and a Baby Hyren, which he drew. Okay. So Baby Hyren, yeah, it energizes. It can attack. Oh wait, yeah, it energizes each turn like a Magi does. Uh, if Baby Hyren is attacked, you can shift the attack over to another Hyren. So uh, so basically, I like can't just like attack this down while the Monarch Hyren is in play. And then it has a power that can basically cheat out uh, a bigger Hyren if he throws it. Okay. Okay, so the errata command adds energy to each Hyren, so it goes down to 8 and then goes back up to 9. He's going to demand, so he's going to tutor up a Hyren from his deck. So he's going to tutor up another Monarch Hyren. Okay, so I thought that was what the Ancestral Flute was for, but I guess he's probably going to try to use that on his Construct at some point. Yeah, so he's got another Hyren in the wings and waiting in the wings, and it is about to be my turn, looks like. Oh, you don't energize on. If you go first, you don't energize on turn 1. Oh, maybe he's going to flute the Baby Hyren? I guess. Uh, yeah, so he's gonna Ancestral Flute for more Baby Hyrens, which yes, makes sense. They do things. It's a little one drop. And uh, draws 2 cards, often good. All right, so cards that he played basically all replaced themselves. He does have a lot of cards in his deck, but we're gonna let Artie be Artie, and all right, see how this goes. I think I am going to take the Vortex here because I really don't want a brick. So I'm gonna let him draw the two off of that. All right, so here's Weebo, here's Weeblit, and here's Vortex of Knowledge. So I revealed my deck to myself and looked through it and found my starting cards manually. So reveal to owner, none in shuffle. Send these to top. I just dragged them to the field so that I could reveal, as a way of revealing them. I'm going to draw them to my hand. Draw, draw. Okay, I drew the Hyren's Call. I am going to still do my various actions first. This doesn't have any... Okay, so it doesn't have any protection that like stops crushing growth, which is potentially interesting. But anyway, start off with Scrounge. Discard, and I want this zone over here to be my discard pile. So I've discarded my Weeblit and draw a couple cards. So I've drawn a Forest Hyren, so I didn't actually need to worry that much about bricking. Kind of makes me think about whether I want to actually use this Vortex of Knowledge now or not. And give him more cards. Like he's going to be pretty pinched on energy on this Magi, but so let's see. If I that would be 11. Ooh, okay. So I can't actually. So if I spend 11 and then. Okay, maybe what I'm going to do is. Okay, I think I'm going to hold the Vortex. So I'm going to spend 8, and then just tutor up the next Forest Hyren, because theoretically I could draw them, and then I will bounce the powers, crush the baby Hyren, and be be bigger than him, which is the where I want to be, I think. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna Hyren's Call. Top of discard. When they're all, and here comes a special boy. It's Forest Hyren. And now we're going to play so this is PRS 1. It can't attack because Hyren's Call says so, but what can you do? Here's a Weebo. So remove 2 energy from Tiller and put 2 energy on the Weebo. I've played a 2 energy creature, and so I'm going to bounce their powers. And so just do this the whole way through, not shortcut it for now, but I spend 5, put 7 on the Weebo. I spend 2 on the Weebo, restore the Forest Hyren to its starting, but because of Underbrush, it goes up to 10. Oh, no, God, don't do that. Sometimes Lackey does that. Learning experience for all of us. That's one thing you have to be careful with when you're new to Lackey. Is that sometimes, like, if it keeps things selected and you can adjust energy when you don't really want to. All right, and I'm going to crush this baby Hyren. I don't want it causing problems for me, and I want my Weebo to be bigger than his Monarch Hyren, at least until he does some work. Okay, so there we go. We got like two big boys on turn 1. He's got a big boy also, but hopefully a reasonable place for the aggro deck to be on the board. And we're going to draw some cards and pass the turn. So here's Ormagon, potentially helpful later. Warrior's Boots, important tempo card to, essentially a haste effect because we Yeah, so we discard it from play as a power to play a creature from hand, paying all costs. So, but because you do this in PRS 1, you can attack with it because it doesn't have language saying it can't attack that turn. So he energizes his dreams to 8. So he's got 8 energy on Rayje and 8 energy on the Monarch Hyren. And let's see. Let's see what he does. The warrior's boots of his own. So, okay. So he's bringing something out. A Reef Hyren. Okay, so he pays a regional penalty because Rayje is universal, which means he pays universal penalties on all non-universal cards. Can't play non-universal relics. Still very good, but playing a Reef Hyren. So it's gonna command. So his Reef Hyren is up to 6. I guess this probably and then he's gonna demand to tutor up a Hyren. And he's probably going to attack down the Weebo if I had to guess. Like to try and shut off the engine before it snowballs too hard. We will see, though. And as soon as he's finished tutoring through his very large deck, tutors up another Monarch Hyren. It's a big boy. So now here comes the attacks. Yep, and he is indeed going to go for the Weebo. That makes sense because Weebo is much harder to Weebo is much harder to tutor for because Hyren's Call doesn't hit it. Okay, and another baby Hyren. Okay, that means that I don't have a kill here unless I could boot in the Hyren, but that won't kill it unless he rebukes, which that's basically giving him a choice of whether he wants to keep Rayje alive or not. So I'm just gonna see. I mean, he's getting all the cards he wants. I think now I am gonna Vortex. Yeah, not thrilled about it, but I just like want to have more information. Okay, that's actually a very good draw. So he's gonna draw some cards, which you don't love. You don't love your opponent to be drawing cards generally, but we do now have lethal on this Rayje, which now he's got 11 cards in hand, but like he's just gonna set up more as time goes on. I think I want to keep things. I think I want to keep things moving. I think I want to be aggressive here. So I'm gonna crush the Reef Hyren. It's one just to help keep track. Okay, and I can only assume that this will work. Yeah, I have to do this before playing the Weebo because if the Reef Hyren is in play when the so I'm gonna underbrush, which means there's not a lot of starting energy to restore to. Awkwardly, there's gonna be some, but underbrush to 14, And yeah, I just want to kill this Rayje and hope that he hasn't like set up like. I hope that like the cards that he's gotten aren't such that uh, like I'm gonna be in too much trouble when the next Magi comes along. If they are, I am at 6, so I could just go to 11, pay the regional penalty, suicide with Ormagon, try to start fresh with Yaki, but we shall see. So energy transfer. So going to 9, up to 9, and then we're going to go to attacks. Attack here, so we do at least have, it's at least a 2 for 2. I might or might not want to do it. Probably I don't, but so I got a 5 for 7, and I have the engine if he doesn't have like a good tempo play on his flip. But we will see. So go to Planar Creatures, PRS2, and just draw. Puff, puff, pass. Uh, so yeah, it's his turn. He's got a new Magi, which uh, can be a little frightening, but we'll see. So Karst. Karst starts with Caw. Caw is pretty rough for uh, this deck. It loses 3 less energy in attacks, which makes it hard for this deck to interact with the way it wants to. But uh, and a Hunter Gile, another starting card, Core Hate card, sort of good as a tech card in War with Control because you may have noticed tutors are very good in Magi-Nation. So you can tutor, like if you start with Okwo, you can tutor it up on turn 1 against twins and pop their corrupt because it's not affected due to resistance, and then nuke their hand. So here's Orthian Goggles. Basically Surveil 2 if you're a magic person, but I'll look at the top 2 cards of his deck and uh, choose. Okay, discard is apparently not root. Okay, so he discarded. Okay, so he binned a Monsoon Hyren and a Water of Life. Uh, I hate Water of Life, honestly. I think it's like too slow to be good, but yeah, we're gonna let Artie be Artie. And so he's gonna get a discounted Caw, probably, unless he's of the. No, he's gonna hold his Caw, and he's going to dump a handful of big boys. So cost reduced, cost reduced, cost reduced, because everything or the universal cards that cost 7 or more energy cost 3 less. So Karst is a fatties Magi, and here come the fatties. So uh, there's a baby Hyren. Okay, so Sarazin Guard, remind me how that works. Whenever one of your other creatures is attacked, you can choose to have the attack go at Sarazin Guard instead. Okay, so command to essentially. So those Monarch Hyrens should be at 10, I think, right? Because it. Yeah, each of your Hyren in play. Okay, Okay. So it's decision time. Oh, oh, right. Okay, I'm done. They spent energy, so he did the math correctly. I am sorry for doubting him. So 9. That is still like an awkward number. Uh, okay, I think that I don't need to suicide here. I think I can fight this reasonably well. I can Wasperine through the baby Hyren. I'm probably going, yeah, if I bounce powers first, then Weebo will attack through the Sarzen Guard, and Weebo will attack through the Sarzen Guard, and then, uh, oh, I actually won't be able to attack the baby Hyren with this Wasperine. Um, so I will go to 11. Um, hmm. So I'll go to 11. Okay, so I lied actually. Maybe this is awkward. So fledgling is probably going to happen. If I fight this out, what am I doing? Um, so I could spend 7 energy, Nocturne for a Giant Carillion, and oh, I could actually Nocturne for a Giant Carillion. Uh, is that good? I think so. Nocturne for a Giant Carillion. I would then have to either energy transfer or vitalize onto it, but it would kill a Monarch Hyren. Um, uh, I might then. Okay, yeah, I like that actually. That's fine, right? He'll probably. Okay, yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna use my Nocturne. Energy to 7. Build a owner all and get my one of tutor target, Giant Carillion. Uh, at 1 energy, which is not enough to use its power to kill a thing, but we have ways of fixing that. And we're going to use them. So energy transfer, or hang on. Okay, so what we're going to do is, yeah, right. So if I use vitalize and then energy transfer. Oh no, I think this is a little better. Okay, so I'm gonna vitalize. Um, so restore this to its starting energy, and then stomp a monarch. Into 2. So that puts my Giant Carillion at 2 after having used its power. Uh, Removal ability. Now I'm going to energy transfer. Or am I going to... Hang on. It would go +7, or no, +8 when I buy them this gift, which... Oh, I do need to energy transfer pre. Uh, Energy transfer. So energy goes down, energy goes up. Weebo is on 14. And now I'm going to use Bythan's gift. One of fun of. Pick up my Giant Carillion. He will be fun for later. Add 7, which becomes 8 with underbrush to. Oh, no, it adds 8. He was at 3, so I shouldn't have set his energy to 8. I should have set it to 11. There we go. Uh, Cool, cool, cool. And so that was PRS1. Going to attacks, we're going to play a Wasperine, because now we can Wasperine profitably. Rush. And we're going to go to attacks. We are going to start by killing the Saracen Guard. I think we want to use the Weebo to kill the Saracen Guard. So energy goes to 6, attacking through that. So it's not going to. It had to be attacked first because of its effect. It could have drawn the fire away from either Hyren, but that's fine. We can go over here, go to 2, and go hit the baby and trades, but we're pretty happy now. Kars is at 6. He could maybe play another Monarch Hyren. He's not playing that Caw though, and so we're in decent shape, I think. So planar creatures, we're out of energy basically. PRS2, we've used all our powers for the turn. I could exchange something, but I really like all these creatures. I want to keep them. So draw. Another sort of fun of tutor target. We should use this Hyren's Call sooner rather than later because there's only one more Forest Hyren in our deck. So this goes blank if we don't use it. This is a tutor target. It's like a pretty efficient creature. It's bad against called or Narum because its burn power says non-called, non-Narum creatures. But tutorable burn ability, if you can turn it on by like putting energy on it, is pretty good. So it's fun as a one of. Gonna look at the top 2 cards, try to filter. Oh, that shouldn't be revealed to me. Pretend you don't see this, chat, or at least I'm pretending I don't see this. At least in, okay. Well, he discarded one of them, so I know I am supposed to know about that Giant Carillion. All right, Crushing Surf to get rid of my Forest Hyren. Sure. And he's just gonna give up Kars. He's gonna play Overgrowth to paying 2 energy to Suicide, and because it's his spell, it goes away. So he did not want to stick around on Kars, understandably, I would say. And so he wants to go to his 3rd Magi and try to turn things around there. He does have a Caw in hand, which, as I've said, is pretty rough if it gets going against us. So, but we're going to energize our dreams, go to 6. That is just enough to, as I said, I want to use this Hyren's Call before I draw that 3rd Forest Hyren and it goes blank. So we're just going to do that. Real to owner all, and yeah, there it is. We are only a few turns away if we just did nothing. So Tiller is only defeated if he has no Magi and no creatures in play. If on his turn already tidal waves and for 10 and kills both my guys, kills Tiller, that's sort of okay. I would like a Boots effect or a Wasperine, or I would like a Boots or a Wasperine in hand to like be able to act a little more proactively, but we will see. But bounce the powers. Well, okay, I guess we're gonna do it manually again. Go to 13, spend 2, go to 10. Cool. So we've got, if he just plays a Caw and doesn't interact, then I think we're in great shape. If he interacts, we'll see. but I think I don't want to cycle into these cards. They're all quite good. And like, they don't kill a Caw, but Caw takes 6 instead of dying when you use when it would be quote unquote discarded while it has energy. But 6 for 6, burn works fine on Caw. 10 for 6 is not great. Maybe I do actually want to cycle this Ormagon now that I think about it. I mean, you could play other stuff, but I think I do. Uh, I think I want to find more velocity for Yaki if I end up having to go to Yaki. So I'm gonna pitch this Ormagon and draw. Rayje's Belt. That is actually a really good draw. That can shut down the damage reduction on the Caw. It can't shut off the. So if you look at it, throughout a power lockdown, name anyone power or effect on a card in play. Until the end of your next turn, no player may use the named power or effect while Rayje's Belt is in place. So this is like a staple tech card. It's like an important piece of interaction for, maybe don't necessarily want universal staples, but I would say that all the universal staples in Magi-Nation are pretty reasonable and should be universal. Now, before I go on a rant about the One Ring in Historic, I will go to my draw step and draw 2 cards past the turn. Another burn spell, also good for dealing with a Caw. And let's see what he's got in store for me. And hopefully he didn't just drift off. Well, okay, looks like not. Here's Voda. So at the end of his turn, adds 4 energy to the creature in play with the most energy. And if 2 or more creatures are tied for the most energy, I get to choose. So as long as he has the biggest thing, he gets to add energy to it, but it can, as the flavor text says, go out of control, but it won't because he's going to play a 15 energy creature and grow it some more on top of that. But I think if that's all he does, I think if all he does is Caw Submerge, I think I'm good here. I think I'm just gonna just go bigger than him, attack through, and attack through with the Rayje's Belt. So Crushing Roots only adds energy to my thing if it. Oh, he's gonna belt something. He might just lockdown. But no, he's going to lock energy transfer. So sometimes if you're really worried about getting belted, you just lock lockdown. But it looks like that's not the line that he's decided on. And here's Caw. Yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, there is no number large enough because it has starting energy 15. He's going to put an Overgrowth on it. He's going to put a Nightmare Channel on it. Nightmare Channel is actually kind and a Dream Channel, and he's going to Submerge. So that spent all the energy off his Voda. He does have an 18 energy Caw, which is big. And because I'm being Nightmare Channeled, I can't... Uh-oh, and it's going to deluge to 22. Okay. Actually, I can't kill this through... I can't kill this through the belt. Awkwardly. Not without putting energy back on my Magi. So if he has a Dream Balm, I could be in bad shape. I also can't kill myself, which is perhaps worse. Okay, so because of the Nightmare Channel, I energized to 3. Uh, hmm. Alright. I might have to take things a little slow here, and because if he has a Dream Balm, which I'll just show in the deck editor, it's basically a Weebo effect. And I knock his Caw to 1, he'll restore it to its starting energy, and then I'm in huge trouble. Uh, like, Caw on 26 is bad. It's, like, not as bad. So, that being the case, what would I want to? Yeah, 22. 22 is. It is going to energize, though. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, so if not for these various problems, I would have it here. The Dream Channel, Nightmare Channel is pretty brutal, actually. Like, these cards usually aren't very good. They're good in Caw, because they attach to this thing that's pretty hard to kill. Um, okay, so Okay, so playing a Weebo doesn't do a ton. Um, do I actually want to play this belt? Huh. Let's see. So, is there anything I could draw that would matter? Not really. Okay, I might get energy. There's a good chance I'll get energy transfer locked again. I don't think that's enough to make me want to. Uh, 10 cards in hand, that a 60 card deck. Um, he did get a lot of looks at, okay, his discard. He did get a lot of looks at things. Oof, brutal. Uh, yeah, I mean, 60 card deck, and somehow he just has it all. All right. I am. I don't know that if this is correct. I but I'm going to draw 2 cards and pass the turn. Okay, Hyren's Call, which, as we discussed, is dead now. A Furok, which, if I'm not killed this turn, is it basically is just a redraw next turn because it's a starting card for Yaki. It's also not good here. Uh, lock, vitalize, and attack down. I assume the Forest Hyren. Okay. Yeah. So not good. Uh, all right. I need to find a way to die. Base. All right. So I'm gonna energize to 6. All right. I'm gonna exchange. Bin this Furok because draw. Wasperine Stalker. Is that at all interesting? No, not really. Um, I think I want to hold this belt. Do I want to? Yeah. Okay, actually, yeah. So this Hiren's Call is blank. Uh, it is a way to suicide my Magi. So I'm gonna go to attacks. I think I need to hold the belt for later. So we're gonna attack into the Caw. Um, Still about it, starting energy, but I think this is how it works. It seems like the sort of thing the rules team might have found an annoying way to be annoying about, but um, I am gonna fail to find uh, like sort of an interesting interaction that maybe we'll take to the Discord to discuss later. But I think that's how it should work. Uh, and go to my well, that was PRS2, and go to my draw step. Draw some cards. Okay, I did draw the Yaki's Gauntlets before I could have Tiller cycle it, which is kind of annoying, but what can you do? Sometimes. So he's energizing for a lot because of this dream channel. Um, this thing is gonna grow to 16 and then 20. I can do. I don't think I can beat this Caw, unfortunately. 21. Oh, it has energized 3, right? Yeah. All right. I guess now we're at the point of hoping that he doesn't have a. Uh, of hoping that we can like go bigger and that he doesn't have a dream ball. Because if he does, we are DED dead. Okay, and go to my deck for a grow. Yeah, grow is not great, but like has a one of. Okay. All right, got to do some math now. So that's 6, 9. I only have one of these, so 13 off the Caw. How much energy do I have? Is there anything I could tutor? No, the tutor targets that I would care about are here already for this. Okay, so I could spend 11 to get forced. That's not even good, though. No boots is kind of irritating. I think I probably want to use. Well, I want to use this if I can because. So one of starting card for my next Magi. Oh boy. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, Caw is kind of a problem for Forest Hyren. He's just like sort of too big. Uh, and so, yeah, I just have to hope he doesn't have a Dream Bomb, is where we're at. So I don't have a Boots effect. Wait, hang on. So that would be 12, 14, uh, 15, 16, 17 versus using a Grow. Just using a Grow on to keep something alive. Or use a Crushing Roots. I think I gotta just hold the Wasperine. I'm gonna, so here's Giant Carillion, back again, here's Flame Rudwot, here's Weebo, so that's 14. two. Okay, and yeah, as you can see, like, I thought I was fine, but he happened to have like the three things, so that messed with my tempo, and now I'm probably in pretty deep uh, doo doo. We will see, of course, but okay, stomp, burning branches, so that will deal 9. Put it at 12, which is still like too big to deal with. Problematically, like it's still like too big even if like he did nothing to 3 more, right? Unless I'm crazy here. Yeah, okay. And I think I'm gonna use this grow. Like, yeah, I'm not like thrilled about doing this, but we're gonna roll dice, get by 4. Um, 4. So we did high roll. Not that it matters a huge amount, but yeah, I guess we're gonna put it on the this thing, and healing flame. So it has a burn power. It also has a power to add energy to a new room or called creature in play. So put some energy on that. Can't have locked Vitalize last turn because uh, there wasn't a card in play with that power. So, oh, no, yeah, yeah. That might indicate something about whether he has Dream Balm, but I don't want to get my hopes up. Uh, I'm probably dead here. That's fine. This was PRS2. I was after play creatures. We're going to do draw step, warrior's boots, Rayje's belt. These aren't bad draws. Like it's just like how do I ever kill this thing? We'll see. We'll see. If he has actual nothing, then maybe. Like there's 14 cards in hand. He's gonna attack first. Yep. Is at 10. Uh, okay, that Nightmare Channel fell off. Well, I guess. Yeah. Is that eroded? Um, okay, yeah. I think it is still attached. It just. Oh, he just, like, did have actual nothing. Energy. If I had a remember ring, I would be in much better shape. But energized to 7. So I can actually attack profitably here because of a, or attack like for full value because of this belt. So burning branches does 3. That puts it at 11. Uh, at 11, I could get to 6 on the Weebo. Okay. So or I could go to 7 on. Well, what did you want to lock? I think again the correct lock might just be lockdown. Uh, but uh, healing branches. Like there's healing flame and burning branches, friend. Uh, okay, yeah. There's burning branches is locked. Okay. Cool. So that being okay. So the thing is at 14, I have seven. I can. Oh, that's actually awkward. I don't have enough energy to. Uh, so I might be coming up one short if I do. So if I boot this in, I would have a seven and lock fearsome. I'd have a seven energy attack. Oh, that would put energy back on my. Yep, I'm so good. I am the best Magi-Nation player alive. That is actually probably true, but uh, like uh, gotta think about what all your cards do. Reading the cards explains the cards, and remembering when you read the cards in the past also explains the cards. Warpath. Here's Forest Hyren. Um, okay, I think I'm okay. So this guy's going to be at four. I'm going to healing flame it up to seven. Okay, so now I actually do have to do math again. So I want to attack it with a seven and a three, and then uh, yeah, I guess put the energy from do I want to stalker here and uh the alternative to stalker is like not super exciting, so yeah, I want to okay. Oh well, that nah, nah, okay, now vitalize. I guess I could have locked vitalize too. Okay, so that's gonna restore this guy to. Oh, actually no. Yeah, like I talked this through a moment ago. Getting used to that streamer life. It's new to me. Uh, okay. So yeah, I guess I could have. Well, I could have locked Vitalize in previous turns if I had a Weebo, and that would the Dream Balm power is also called Vitalize. That might have been a better line, but we'll see. So we've locked Fearsome. We're gonna go to attacks. We were on PRS. We're going to attacks, and we're gonna play this. Wasperine Stalker. This rounds up, right? Yeah, rounds up. Uh, okay, so so this is another Wasperine haste effects. This one goes face. Haste effects, but it can only attack Magi directly. So that goes to four. Retrieve. So clear these guys. And I retrieve, round it up from seven, put four back on my Magi. Okay, the Caw is dead. I don't know if it's going to be enough to. Uh, Maybe I should have used the gauntlets to. I maybe should have used the gauntlets to. to get an extra attack on his Magi now that I think about it. Well, no, I probably want to save these for Woot. Okay, so he still basically has a full Voda. If he has another Caw, then, like, I don't know how I'm ever getting through it. Um, Hirons and such, I'm still pretty low on gas after all of that. Oh, I can actually attack. Um, uh, Stalker does attack Voda twice because of Yaki's own effect. Uh, okay, so 20 energy, he's probably going to. He definitely still has a Monarch in hand, I think. So I am probably dead. But we'll see. There's 11 cards in my deck. Two of them are Ormagons. Uh, stranger things have happened than me winning this game. So now we're gonna go to the draw step, draw two cards. There's a Wasperine. Here's a Warrior's Boots, also often a good Magi-Nation card. And here we are. Uh, like if he doesn't have another Caw, then like if I can draw to another um uh God, Lockdown Blur. Okay. So this is only a one of in this deck, but he might be tidal waving me to kill Yaki and take it away from. Uh, he is gonna tidal wave me. Okay. That's not good, but uh, we'll see. It does mean he's gonna spend energy, which so he's gonna have probably one very big Monarch Hyren or a very big Reef, probably a very big Reef Hyren actually, which is worse. Reef Hyren is worse to it's worse to see a big. He also did Blur, not Rush. I guess probably because he's worried. He probably thinks I have a second. He probably thinks I have an Ormagon in hand, and is trying to keep me from like you know hitting his Magi and uh, like uh, like knocking over his Magi and yeah. All right. Here's Woot. I don't get to use Blur, but I do get to retrieve a Wasperine Stalker and a Wasperine. You go to your discard pile first when retrieving starting cards. If they aren't there, then you can search your deck and. Where did I send those to? I did. Okay, talking and send to the top of hand, and then you can search your deck. So if you have something like any one creature or like two Ardarial spells, as an example, sometimes relevant. Okay, so I can't actually use Forest Hyren's power here, which is kind of funny, but I think I might just have lethal if that was all he had. It might have been a mistake for him to kill the. Um, yeah. So we're gonna lock Rebuke. I'm gonna play Yaki's Gauntlets. I think it's Narum creatures, not Narum creatures in play, but anyway, double strike. pitch this Nocturne, which I don't need anymore. And Forest Hyren can't use his power, but he's just gonna be a big dumb idiot. So and yeah, yeah. Oh well, he had to lock Blur because it was the only one on a card in play. But I think he's still dead. Here's a large friend. Okay. And yeah, rush, uh, rush. So we're here. We are at the beginning of attacks. Going to 5. Okay. Actually, was double strike helpful? Uh, it doesn't quite get me the kill, but like it was helpful. So we're gonna go here, yeah. So set energy to 5, and then here. Oh no, never mind. It does get me the kill. Trade off. And face. Uh, uh, yeah. When you watch the vid, you'll see me go from "Oh, I'm basically fine" to "Oh crap, I I don't have enough energy with this stream with this nightmare channel." Uh, yeah, it sounded like he's saying here that he gambled on the tidal wave kill, and I think I agree that and uh, mm, uh, yeah, recording did work. It appears to still be working. Uh, but yeah, so Woot closing it out as as he's supposed to do. I did pitch the Ormagon maybe wrongly. I'm not actually sure. Well, I guess technically, yeah. The like Boots Ormagon sweep and then Wasperine was a better play, but uh, yeah, we could go for one more. I think, or might as well see multiple matchups. I as a consumer of like Twitch digital card games content, I understand the feeling of looking at a 2 hour video and being a little dissuaded from watching it, uh, and also this sort of submit go interface. But what can you do? Let's see another game of Forest Hyren. Get a different matchup, uh, and maybe talk and play a little faster. Hopefully not boring people too much. All right. Okay. Tying the die roll. Hey, winning the second die roll. Uh, okay. I think his second deck is called Spell, which might mean that he wants to go second, but Forest Hyren really wants to go first. Like, we really don't want our opponent. We really want Vortex of Knowledge with no downside. Uh, it's like, all right, reveal to owner all, and let's see. Did not see a Remember Ring last game. All three of them were in the bottom 10 cards of my deck, uh, which, Magi-Nation is pretty consistent. I saw 30 I saw 30-ish of the 40 cards in my deck that game. You get starting cards. Oh, not, no. Okay, once again, I'm talking and doing things at the same time. So we want to send those to my hand, not my discard, at least not immediately. All right, cool. Drawing cards, a Nocturne. So, and one of our 9 effective copies of Forest Hyren. We would need another card to not lose the Weebo to bring to restoring it, but we're gonna dig pretty deep. So let's just see. Vortex of Knowledge, draw. Already there's a card, and it's basically free to play. There's another one actually. It's basically free to play because we're gonna get it back as a starting card on Yaki. Uh, so bin this Weeblit. Weeblit actually banned and restricted. I don't know if we want to support restricted as a format, but sneaky Weeblit ban. Will that be the thing that makes Forest Hyren okay and restricted? Will restricted be okay, or was it like designed with profound like 2003 brain, and where like people decide, oh, we need to ban wraths, and that it's just gonna be completely broken, and some big energy deck is gonna run over everything. I don't know. I haven't tried much restricted. I might try some restricted if people are interested. I know there's been some interest in the on the Discord about the format. Anyway, let's try to play a little faster. Uh, I know I tilt when my opponents play too slow on Arena, so let's try to be considerate of Artie staying up late, past his bedtime, probably, to play cards with me. What am I doing? It's really it's a skill to talk and play at the same time. Um, I talk through a lot of my plays to myself when I play online, but it's somehow not the same when you have to do it at the same time. Here's my friend. Uh, this is PRS1. Did I reveal the owner none in shuffle? Yes. Yeah, I understand, Kitty Cat. It is time for your last scoop of the day, but we'll do it on Artie's turn. Um, Now, I think I'm going to play the Khatib. Khatib is just like the yeah. Uh, okay, yeah, we're just going to play Khatib. I think we're gonna. So if I do this, he'll be at 5. Yeah, I'm going to Dream Warp him up. So, uh, uh, just like uh, Dream Warp is a Paradwin ability, but Khatib is a Narum Paradwin Dream creature. It's his So he can I can increase or decrease his starting energy by up to 1. So I'm choosing to play him just as a bigger thing to spend more energy off my Magi here, put more energy on the board. Might or might not be correct. We'll see. Um, and but more importantly, he copies powers off of things. Uh, so Weebo goes up to two. Um, and Kadib is going to Dream Cross Vitalize, or Dream Cross, I guess, targeting Weebo. I choose one of your other creatures in play. So, yeah. I choose Weebo, and so Vitalize from Katib. Force Hyren goes to 10. Energy transfer. Yeah, it didn't. Yeah, it was just like more efficient to choose the one that costs less because uh, I think maybe hang on if I no because then Khatib would have been at one and I would have had to yeah. All right, and then Vitalize from Weebo. But yeah, this is the correct line. Uh, I should be used to this line honestly, as far as playing Forest Hyren goes. Uh, like not the hugest like Forest Hyren player, but I still should have played it enough over like 20 years to know this line. What can you do? All right, play more Forest Hyren, I guess, which is what we're doing. So we're gonna draw some cards and pass the turn. Okay, and go feed the cat because she deserves to be fed even if there's streaming happening. Alright. Who is a pretty? So it's a Rayje lore open again. There's a there's big boy Rayje's construct. Yeah, may actually have been wrong for Khatib to Dream Warp up. It's probably fine. Uh, we'll we'll see how this all goes. Okay, so yeah, I'm probably gonna uh, thinking is the act of talking to yourself. Uh, all right, and a warrior's boots. So he might be coming for my Forest Hyren here, uh, or my Weebo or something. He might be coming for some piece of my engine. He did not take a Dream Balm. Usually the aggro like Ragey decks go or a common open. You pick two different cards. You pick for the situation, Beam of Light to hit Corrupt against twins, or to hit like little things in certain circumstances. Like there are a lot of good tech choices, but like you hit a you knock out a 10 energy creature, and then you play Dream Ball, and it's like, oop, it's at 12 again, and uh, but he chose Nightmare Channel. He's going to put a Nightmare Channel on my poor Weebo, uh, which again is a card that I'm not super high on this card. I mean it's sort of just like a fireball uh, on my Magi uh, that he played, but he might hit this deck is like only a little over the uh, uh, okay, I'm gonna energize to four. Four is like, but okay. So I had been thinking I was gonna grow. Um, is grow better than? I mean, he's dead either way. Uh, yeah. So, hi, Stiora. Say hello to the internet. I'm told they like kitty cats. Yeah. But, yeah, probably I'm just gonna use the grow, or maybe I don't. Well, I mean, I theoretically don't know what he's on. Yeah, I'm gonna use the grow. Uh, and all right, so we're just gonna go to attack and uh, hit you with the hit that with the Khatib, hit face with the Weebo, and the Nightmare Channel will fall off. Which uh, and Nightmare Channel falls off because all of Magi's spells are discarded when the Magi is defeated. Uh, oh, actually, I could just get. No, I have Nocturne. I'm being dumb again. Yeah, this is obviously the right play. Uh, Deck, find me a Forest Hyren, please. Uh, all right, and now I have to figure out the correct Khatib line again. Khatib still has still has Vitalize copied. Uh, he would restore to 6. If I did that, would be that seems about right. Okay, yeah. So is off Khatib. Energy goes to 10. Cool. Eyes from Weebo. So we're gonna. So Khatib's starting energy has reverted to his printed starting energy because it increases until the end of the turn. Your starting energy like only matters like after you play it when uh, it's an effect like some sort of ability references uh, starting energy, but his starting energy is back to being 6. A lot of people have, or it's like a little bit counterintuitive to a lot of people how Dream Warp works. All right, so Dream Cross Vitalize or Dream Cross the Hyren and bounce energy transfers. All right, so yeah, that I'm gonna shortcut it because we're already running long. But basically, each is gonna spend and 5. Khatib's gonna gain 7. Force Iron's gonna gain 8 because of the underbrush. So we're gonna add 2 like that. Add 1 more to the Hiron, and this looks good. I mean, if he might burn away my or kill all my things and then kill Tiller, but I think that's better than leaving Tiller alive. So I'm going to go to draw and draw some cards and pass the turn. Uh, and we'll see what he's up to. Good ol' Ashgar. So means this is called spell. So he's got a starting Flame Geyser and some other cards that are. Well, a Boomstick is. Okay, Krog, which says starting Ashgar, and then probably Boomstick. We'll see if he's playing Boomstick. Yep. Oh, no, he's playing Core. Core. Um, Core is pretty middling. A lot of creatures aren't really power crept in Magi-Nation the way that they are in Magic because it's just like on rate. You spend 4, you get 4. It's not like the bad old days, like a like 5-4 for 4, 5-5 for 4, whatever Jism Jin is like was like so so good that it like merited a downside, and nowadays, you just nowadays every two drop is a 3/2. Um, but it was like sort of your like creatureless control magi. Although he did take a bunch of creatures, so we'll see. Also, I have this Rayje's belt, which is okay. So he's gonna knock two off the Weebo and then Flame Geyser. Uh, okay, Flame Geyser with no Flame Geyser with no scroll of fire to I mean, he spent 10 to do 9, basically, because he hit himself for 3. He hit he didn't hit Tiller for anything because Tiller is already at 0, and yeah, so and I'm about to lock down his reflexes and like okay, well, okay, but yeah, I can kill the core. So he's trying. No, okay, he's going to. Interesting. Um, is it even worth it to lock the? Okay, so Khatib has the Dream Cross is a lot of text. Yeah, all power until the chosen creature leaves play. So Khatib no longer has Vitalize, which is notable. Um, I mean, think I'm okay getting. I think I'm okay, like, if he plays, like, a Lava Flow or something for free here. I think I just want to hold my belt. Uh, I'm just going to use this Grow because uh, if I use it, then it's a free card for Yaki. And if I don't use it, it's just in my hand. So roll the dice. 4. So I'm rolling pretty well on this on these grows today. But no, I only needed one to be able to use, and I didn't even really need one. I could have bounced the powers anyway, but uh, or actually, do I really want to bounce the energy? I mean, he if he has a if he kills the Khatib, I'm a little sad and have punted, but we're just gonna do the thing and swing into the combat reflexes and see what happens. Uh, okay, no spell, brutal. Which, and yeah, here's Weebo. So this game, yeah, I mean it's yeah. So like hand is at 7. I think he's in pretty bad shape. Um, from Hyren. Okay, now doing the Khatib math a little bit better, hopefully. To okay, this goes to 9. It's the new Weebo because Khatib had lost the vitalized power, and but now he has it back. Yeah, 2 energy goes to 10, and since I know this is a called deck, I can just go tall. If he might be splashing Shockwave, but uh, like uh, I can just like take the since I'm mostly concerned with burn spells, I'm just gonna go as big as I can on the Forest Hyren because it gains more off of the ability, and I don't really mind this Khatib getting killed. In fact, like Set energy to 18, adding 8. Cool. Okay, I like all these. Actually, I think he's mostly creatureless, so maybe the Ormagon is bad, but I'm gonna just hold on to it. Uh, okay, cool. Wasperine Stalker, Khatib. These are good cards that I'm happy to have. Here's Aminax. Okay. Yeah. So Aminax is going to get to grow himself pretty big by using a Siphoned Vortex. He doesn't have enough energy to actually kill the biggest thing, which is what you usually want to do flipping Aminax. You Siphon Vortex, like, there is a big thing to target, but so he can Siphon Vortex for 11, so it's going to add X energy back to his Magi and then add 11 more from Aminax's ability. Uh, so he deals 11 and is at 22, which is not the worst place to be. Uh, he does play Boomstick. He just had it in hand when he revealed Ashgar. That makes a certain kind of sense. Okay, boom my Hyren. Sure. Hyren, he is dead. Okay, he's gonna play a Krog. He's gonna play two Krogs. Which, yeah, I don't think this is a great called spell draw for him. That's like kind of a problem with some of the decks that aren't quite there in is that like the tier decks or like the decks that are quite good are very consistent. So it's just like hard to. Okay, I am only energizing to 6. Okay, let's see. If I use if I use the belt, it incentivizes him. If I belt down Pyromaniac, that incentivizes him to kill Tiller, which is probably worth it. I mean, I could play a Khatib to spend all the energy. I don't think I really want to do that. Okay, so these things draw cards when they attack. They draw more cards if Ash guards your Magi. Um, but opposing effects do not affect Krog. That's fine. I think maybe I hold this Stalker. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna. Oh, he can't actually. Oh, he should. Yeah, he can. Or well, he needs to have a spell, but he probably has one. Right. Da 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 da. Okay, just like a 6 energy Khatib. Uh, and okay, I think basically the thing that I want to like keep him from doing is gaining energy back. So I'm just gonna play Khatib. He's 6 energy. I basically just really want him to like kill Tiller, and so I'm gonna make it so if he doesn't, then like if he leaves Tiller alive, like leaves me with a 1 energy Weebo or whatever, like he's gonna be pretty pinched on energy and just like lose the attrition game because his energize is bad, and he's supposed to be making it up for it with his effect. Uh, uh, or he might have a Shatter Shards. Shatter Shards is a pretty good splashable spell and called spell. But we will see. I could also lock Devour to cut him off drawing cards, but that just incentivizes him not to attack, I think. I think I want to. Um, I want to just hasten the end of this game. Oh, look, a Wasperine. Wasperines are cool. Uh, so what's the deal with restricted? Oh, okay. Hope the recording is working. Uh, oh, am I offline now? Okay, the recording appears to still be going. Hopefully it's okay. Anyway, I don't know what's going on. Hopefully it's all right. But the restricted format was a format that Interactive Imaginations 2i uh, was considering near the time of the game's death. It's a list of cards that would be allowed in restricted, and so it cuts out a bunch of like dual region magi because they got pretty burned on dual region magi from a balance standpoint, and uh, they and yeah, but it also like hits other uh, staple cards, hits Rayje's belt, hits Ormagon, it hits and Cataclysm, so like it takes out the wrath, takes out a lot of like takes out a lot of all right. I got him to do what I wanted him to do. It takes out a lot of staple cards. Uh, it has always seemed to me to not be terrible. It was meant to rotate, sort of like Standard does in Magic. Uh, it has always like struck me as not being terribly well thought out. You know, yes, like universal staple that every deck has to play, but like I kind of feel like Rage's Belt might be a load bearing structure for a lot of game balance. And all right, I could retrieve stuff. I guess I will technically play it out correctly. Here's Weebo. Here's Grow. I don't know how. I think he can't have enough Spirit of Rages in his deck to actually survive this, but uh, whatever. We're gonna play it out. Furok and Yaki's Gauntlets. Well, the Yaki's Gauntlets might be important. I don't think they are actually, but yeah, all right, whatever. Discard. I don't know this Ormagon. And then Rush Blur. And yeah, keep hitting you in the face until you run out of Spirits of Ragey. Uh, and that should be game. But yeah, I've sort of like looked at it and like it seems like they took out all the wraths. Like, is there just going to be some big energy deck that takes over everything? You know, like uh, are we? Did we not? Oh, no, no. Okay, it would be okay. We are still recording. I think we went not live somewhere along the line, which is not ideal, but or maybe went offline and not live somewhere along the line. But uh, one of these days I will figure out how to operate a computer. Like I only I only make my living as a programmer. Like it should I make my living as a programmer. It should not be too hard. But yeah, there's Forest Hyren, your like green stompy aggro deck. That is sort of also like playing Legacy Natural Order because you have all these tutors and toolbox things, or like playing like old Birthing Pod decks, I guess, because you have all these things you can Nocturne for. Uh, there's if we ever get to print Daybreak, there's an excellent Nocturne target creature, just like an excellent sort of all around creature, good weenie creature for like more go wide weenie archetypes, good tutor target, all sorts of things in Daybreak, as well as another good good spell, which is assuming it stays as is, very splashable in Forest Hyren. Uh, but yeah, thanks to Artie uh, for being a good sport and spending a couple hours to get some matchups with me. And yeah, there's Forest Hyren. Hope you all enjoyed that. Hope it was edifying as to how Lackey works, how how the deck plays. Uh, if you are a green enjoyer, I'm probably gonna try to do a few more of these streams uh, with hopefully as few technical difficulties as I can manage with some other archetypes, maybe burn, uh, maybe Oroth control, maybe a mid-range deck like a Dresh deck, or uh, maybe Stare Down. I might play some like more degenerate combo-y decks, of which there are some. I'll probably play like the really like top tier decks eventually. I don't know. It sound off in the Discord, and I might even read YouTube comments. So is there an archetype or something you'd like to see? Something that you're curious how it plays in uh, Magi-Nation? Or if not, I will just like play whatever I feel like, and uh, you'll see some cool decks either way. Anyway, uh, I am. I do apologize for apparently having gone offline at a certain point, but uh, thanks to those of you that uh, were here while uh, you were here, and uh, yeah, peace.